starting today, I want you to stop paying the kanaabe to wash your car. Now, you want to know why? This is why. Now, under normal circumstances, we are forced to go to the kanaabe or the washing bays. Some people call them fancy names like auto spas. They're calling them very fancy names to make it attractive for you. But today, I want to make you understand why you want to stop taking your car to the kanaabe to wash to wash your car for you. No, I used to be the kind of guy that, anyway, I'm part of Smile, but jokes aside, I used to be the kind of guy that doesn't like to take my car to be washed for me. I'm the kind of person that doesn't really like letting other people do my dirty work for me. I like to do it myself. But it's also a way of saving. I used to take my car to the car wash once a week, and I would pay 10,000 every time I would take it to be washed. And then I discovered that I was actually losing money taking my car for washing. I was losing both money and time. And this is something that you don't want to do, okay? You want to stop losing money and time. Now, there are basically three reasons why you don't want to take your car to the car wash. One is time, for example. When you take your car to wash, especially for men like me, you want to actually sit there and see them wash and tell them what to put there, and normally, if you do that, you'll end up losing time, because if they wash the car for 2 hours, you're there for 2 hours. If they wash the car for 3 hours, you're there for 3 hours. Now, this is the time that you would have used to wash the car yourself. You realize that. Now, unless you're renting a one-room mozigo with no parking space and no water, no access to water, if you basically have to put the math of the time in perspective and then decide that, okay, I have a parking slot at my apartment or at the place where I rent, and then I have access to water, so you can basically use the same 3 hours to wash that car for yourself. Reason number one. Reason number two is we lose. Okay, we lose certain things when we take our car to wash. Is there a time that you had money in a coin box, and when you took your car to the car wash, you got back home, you realized the coins were missing? Now imagine how many times that money got lost. Okay, now add that up. Every time you go to the car wash and then coins get lost. Every time, you know, if your money falls down under the seat, like a 10K or 20K, the guy that washes the car will not actually show you that money half of the time. And you will not know that you took it. You think, but in actual sense, the money fell in your car. But this guy that was washing your car needed the money more than you, so he did not tell you that, he just took the money. So that you're losing. And then apart from the money, there are certain things that we lose in the car, like flash drives, memory cards, small things that actually cost us money, but we end up losing them, and we never really notice that we are losing money. That's another way that you lose certain things. So you lose time, you lose those small things, and then you lose money. And I realized that these guys, you know how you wash your shirt, you know that, okay, I sweat a lot in these parts of my body, so I will wash those parts with a lot more vigor. The Dobby doesn't know that. The same thing applies to the car wash. Well, this guy knows that I need to wash and the body is clean, the tires, in the mud flaps, they have to be clean, and sometimes the engine room, and they know I have to take up the mats and clean them, and they know I have to clean the dashboard, it has to be clean, the air vents have to be clean. But trust me, these guys can't wash your car as well as you. They can't. That's the other reason why you don't want to take your car to the car wash. They cannot wash your car as clean as you. Okay? August is a rainy month, and so it rains at night. In the morning it doesn't rain. At midday you walk through you drive through a dusty road, and then you get some dust on your car body, and then in the evening it drizzles. Now you know how dirty that drizzle makes the car look when it actually is not dirty. So when it gets that dust stuck on the body because of the drizzles, you will end up going to the car wash, and then you'll pay a 10K to get just that washed off, when you could have just saved. I'll tell you the other reason why you want to actually stop going there is because it's cheaper to buy that jet car wash machine. You can buy one that you can use on your car. If you have two cars at home, yours and your wife, or yours and your husband, you can buy that jet at about 300,000, 400,000. It's electric, of course. You just plug into power, and then sometimes when you're using that jet, because I happen to own one, and you don't really need to scrub the car. Just get that pressure washer and then spray, and it's actually fun. You just spray the car, and then all the dirt will go off. Just like that, you use 30 minutes to clean your car. Okay, you don't really need an hour or two. Let me take you to the math. It's as simple as this. I used to be the kind of guy that took my car to the car wash once a week. It means I paid 10K every week. It means I paid 40,000 every month, and I paid 480,000 every year. It means in 10 years I spent 4.8. Now I've driven since 2010, so I've driven cars for the past 12 years. I've driven about 20 cars, 22 cars. Now, in the 10 years that I drove the car, 2010 to 2020, I spent 4.8 million Uganda shillings. Now, as a kind of person that knows that cheap cars exist, this is another car. Okay? Away from that, you can decide to say, okay, if you didn't spend it, would you still have it? Well, what if I had it? Let me take you to the kind of person. I know a number of these people. The kinds of people that spend 10K every day to wash the car so that it looks clean. First of all, because as men, we believe your car, the way your car looks is what people think of you. So your car is supposed to be neat and clean. So I know a number of people that take their car for washing at least 5 times a week, which means every week they pay 50,000 shillings. Every month they spend 200,000 minimum. And it means annually they spend 2,400,000 Uganda shillings. It means in 10 years, he would have bought another car. 24 million spent on only washing your car in 10 years. You can get a brand new Fielder 2008 model by just saving the money you used to wash your car. Now, the question is going to be, will I actually save it? What if you save it? Okay, you can actually save it if you decide to save it. Now, let me take you to the other category of people that have askaris at their apartments, or askaris and cleaners at their workplaces that actually can wash their cars at a cheap price. 5K every time they wash it. Now, this means when you come back from work, if the askari at your apartment is washing, you give them a 5K and they wash. Or you decide that, okay, when I get to work, I'll give the keys to the cleaner, and after he's done with his work around the office, he goes and washes my car. 5K daily. It means you spend 25,000 weekly. It means you spend 100,000 monthly. It means you spend 1.2 annually, and it means you spend 12 million every 10 years. Now, 12 million can get you a fairly used Toyota Passo, and that's at around UBH. Can get 12 million a Passo. The question is, will I actually save this money? What if you decided to save that money? Put 5K aside every day and decide that, okay, every day when I get back home, I'm going to wash my car. I wash my car every evening, and it's clean, okay? So you can decide to save the 10K daily. And if you have a son or a daughter, 7 years and above, they can actually wash with you, okay? If you have boys only, they can actually wash the car for you. You don't have to you just tell them, what to my son, wash it. Wash daddy's car. And you know, when we were kids, we used to be proud of washing people's cars. Now, imagine how proud your son is going to be washing daddy's car or mommy's car. So this is the math, and this is why you actually need to stop paying the car wash. 24 million in 10 years. That's a lot of money, right? Now just say you decide, I'm not going to wash my car every week. Let's just imagine you decide that you're not going to wash your car every day for the next 10 years. And you decide that I will wash my car from home. You'll be saving 50K, 200K, and 24 million in the long run in 10 years. And if you can put this money aside, if you decide, because saving is discipline, come on. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying this is something that I use. Now, from this 480, if I decide that year one, I'm actually going to go and buy that machine. Okay? 350. They are there, 350, you can get them. You can go to Shauri Yako, you can go to these hardware supermarkets. okay, hardware mats, the big ones. They have those jet wash. And don't let anyone lie to you that the new ones don't work. Don't go to buy used machines thinking that the new ones. Normally, when they tell you that they are bringing UK used, they are actually not bringing UK used. They go to China and get all those used things. They put them in a container and bring them here, and they tell us that they are getting UK used. Even the phones that they are not really UK used, those are mostly from China. So you go buy your new machine. You will start with it. You know, a person that buys a brand new Kia has a better car than the person that buys a used Toyota. Okay? Maintenance is expensive, but when are you going to maintain a new car? It's the same thing with buying the jet car washing machine. So, as you think about it, think about the numbers. If it adds up for you, then you can start saving. Like me, you can go and buy the machine this month and then start washing your car for yourself. And you don't need to scrub it every day. If you have that machine every day, all you do when you get back home, put the machine in the power, give it water source, and then spray. And then your car will be clean. Until next time, ciao.